Now, without further ado, we are going to dive right into my application. Let's take a look at it together. Alright, so we are here now. I'm just going to highlight the most important bits so we don't make this video too long. So yeah, you need to read everything about the job advert. It's really important. Understand the hospital you're applying to, the organization, the ward you're applying to. If it's not your own ward already, then go directly to the person specifications. As you can see here, this right here that you're seeing is for my split role as both a CNS, a clinical nurse specialist, and a research nurse. I already made a video about this, so if you want to check that out, I'll put the link in the description below. So you can see the essential criteria for qualifications and training required, so that I have to be a registered nurse and relevant part of the register, which I already am. I've got my PIN. Then the other thing is degree level modules in relevant subject or evidence of CPD to bachelor degree level equivalence. Now for this one, by the time I applied for this role, I was already doing my top-up degree, so I have taken some modules obviously at the degree level, although I had not completed my degree. So for those of us who are from, countries like Nigeria, where some of us went to a nursing school that offered more like a diploma, and we had to enroll onto a degree, top-up degree here in the UK. Which is not a big deal really. You can do it from the comfort of your home online, but that's a video for a different thing entirely. So I was already on it, so I was able to sell myself based on the fact that I was already on it, even though I had not finished the degree. The next thing is a post-qualification training relevant to specialism or area of practice. Now these are where you see other trainings. I will show that in a bit. So then we've got the desirable criteria, which you can read about. Now desirable criteria, they are usually there for you to sell yourself further. So if you have a lot of these desirable criteria, it's great for you to sell yourself. It's one of the things that will make you stand out compared to others who are applying for the same role. Yeah, however, it's not the priority is what it means. Then we've got previous or relevant experience necessary. I'm just going to run through everything because I believe most of us have applied for jobs before. It's just something I need to show you that I'm making this video. And skills required, then essential criteria under that, and desirable criteria under that. And we've got special requirements of the post, and then values and behaviors. Okay. Now if you were able to go through this with me and you got to read what the things that are here, when we move over to my application and how I structured it, you get to see how I applied all of these criteria in my supporting information and also in my application as a whole. I am going to start from here. The thing before this one is talking about your qualifications obtained in school. So these are things like you've got a BSc, you've got registered nurse certificate, which is like the diploma that we get from nursing school. All of this you can put there. Now for this relevant training courses acquired, so these are definitely post-registration training, which I talked about. I read to you earlier from the job advert. So I had a BLS that I did last year, and I put that down. Good clinical practice. This is an important part of my research application. I had to do this course at the time, although I had not finished the course by the time I made this application. In fact, I didn't really finish the course until my interview, and I even passed the interview, but then I eventually finished it anyway. The point is, you need to know exactly what courses are important for the job you want to apply for, and so you can start doing those courses as soon as possible. And if you're able to finish them, oh kudos, fine. If not, just start first and then include them that these are things that relevant trainings that you have attended. Okay, these are all things I did on NIHR and some of the other ones I did with my hospital. And then I did the Neuro Foundation course. Now, if you can see the arrangement of things, right? The Neuro Foundation course, it's not really relevant to what I'm applying to. Not very relevant, but it showed that I have gone high up there in my neuro department. For you to do a Neuro Foundation course, you would have spent a few months in the department before you're allowed onto the course. But then I put those ones later. Try to sell yourself first before you put things that are not really relevant to what you're applying for. I mean, give and take, I do not need tracheostomy for what I applied for. Ordinarily, this shouldn't be there. The rest of the other things which I may not show you for privacy reasons, obviously, employment history. So you need to be as detailed as possible, but still in a summary. Employment history, your job description for each of the employment. Ensure that your job description for the past employment history is structured in such a way that the important things relevant to the job are sold out first. You sell yourself based on that first before going into other things. We are going to dive into the real important part, which is the supporting statement. I feel like your whole job application depends on this largely, and if you cannot sell yourself in this 1,500 word limit, I don't know what you're doing applying for the job. Let's dive right in. So as you can see, we've got supporting information. You see things like in this section, you need to demonstrate that you have read the published person specification. I have been drumming this, and how you meet the essential and where relevant desirable criteria for this post. Include your reasons for applying and take opportunity to highlight your particular strengths and talents, what you feel you can personally offer, what is unique to you, what sets you apart from your peers. Right, I don't know how clear this is, but I am going to read it out anyway. So I have stated that I am a registered nurse with over 3 years nursing experience in hospital, teaching, and home care community settings. I graduated in November 2018. Presently working in the hyperacute stroke unit of this hospital, where I started my nursing career since entering the United Kingdom in August 2020. I am a senior band 5 nurse, staff nurse who also manages my team as nurse in charge. And that is the first paragraph that I used to introduce my supporting information. The second paragraph says, I am a self-motivated individual who is willing to go over and beyond to improve the quality of care given to patients and also take up new challenges. Over the last 2 years, I have engaged myself in several courses via VLE. The VLE is our virtual learning environment where the hospital organizes courses for you to take. I have undergone programs which were not even mandatory, but my quest for personal and professional development led me into booking these courses. Remember that one of the essential criteria was post-qualification training courses relevant to the role, is it not? I have said that, but my quest for personal and professional development led me into booking these courses, all for improved patient care and to reduce workload on the few who knew how to perform those tasks. And these skills include, but not limited to, cannulation and venesection, immediate life support, catheterization. I also have certificates in good clinical practice, research practice in clinical settings, fundamentals of clinical research for IMP management, and informed consent. I am currently undergoing my top-up degree program while performing my full-time job role. I have also booked course on tracheostomy, which and have commenced a program on practice supervisor preparation to further prepare me to supervise students in contact with me adequately and improve their learning experience. Commitment and dedication to service, a quality I possess, is vital to the realization of organizational goals. Now all of this, the whole of this paragraph, I have ended it with the fact that it talks about commitment and dedication to service. And that's the only reason why I have gone far and beyond to do all of these courses, to ensure that I demonstrate my commitment and dedication to service. Now, the next paragraph is, although I have not worked as a research nurse in the UK, I have worked closely with the team in my department, talking about the research team in my department, because of research projects or clinical trials involving neurological and neurosurgical cases. Moreover, I have had research experiences in my home country where I had done a thorough research into Lassa fever epidemic of 2018 in Nigeria. This was my final year project, and yes, it is relevant, trust me when I say this. However, you need to sell yourself, you need to do it, and with confidence do that. However, I'm reading on now. However, for lack of adequate funding, generalization of its findings could not be achieved due to the sample size and limited setting. I could not publish it. I have a full understanding of how vital research is to the overall care patients receive anywhere in the world, and this is largely why some countries are better than others in terms of healthcare delivery. If given this opportunity in the research department, I believe I will be the best thing to happen to this department because of my knowledge of good clinical practice and other related trainings that I am being exposed to. Staff professional development is a top priority for UHS, as it is for many other NHS trusts. As a result, I have taken on more difficult duties. In reality, my early apprehensions about taking on such responsibilities were short-lived because I was always assured of proper training and mentorship. And as long as I was willing to be challenged, I learned more and gained confidence in performing tasks that those ahead of me were hesitant to undertake. Take for example, how quickly I was able to take command of my unit. This was made possible by my diligence and dedication to lifelong learning. I think I will be able to handle this new challenge without difficulty. Again, selling myself, but with proof, right? Furthermore, my teaching background qualifies me for this position because I am capable of providing patient education. Remember, I'm applying for a clinical nurse specialist position, which means that I have to provide lots of patient education. And in research as well, I have to provide lots of patient education. Now, reading on, having taught senior nursing students, I understand the true meaning of patients in the classroom and how to present ideas in the most straightforward manner possible to guarantee that the student understands. This ability will come in handy during recruitment of trial subjects, as I will guarantee that verbal and written communication is clear, and I will patiently answer queries to the best of my ability. Next paragraph. Because I nurse patients who could soon deteriorate if not constantly monitored, working in an acute setting and stressful atmosphere as my department, that's hyperacute stroke unit, has helped me to strengthen my attention to details ability. I have learned to use my sixth sense to identify when a patient is about to deteriorate. I have worked as a bank staff member in practically every department at UHS, including accident and emergency, where nurses are required to make quick decisions. As a result, I believe I have honed my ability to work under pressure while simultaneously paying attention to details. This is a skill that I will use in the research department. As the nurse in charge, I have expertise managing an acute ward and supervising the rest of the team, especially on night shifts where the band 6 sisters are usually not there to monitor the unit. I have always done my best to lead my team, ensuring teamwork and providing evidence-based patient care. This has allowed me to keep track of my self-development by soliciting feedback from those I lead and constantly improve in areas where I am weak. I am an expert in the use of computers and computer software. Remember that was an essential criteria. I also have a full UK driver's license and own a car for convenience. This also implies that attending meetings and research conferences would be a pleasure for me, as I am totally available and ready to travel wherever in my own car. Now, in the last paragraph here is speaking about the trust values, which was mentioned as an essential criteria, attitude and behavior, I think. Now I say we quickly forget how important the role of the housekeeper is until we run out of towels to wipe our hands with, or how important healthcare assistants are to the team until a patient needs the commode, an important aspect of activities of daily living, but the nurse at that time is probably busy with an IV medication, leaving the patient in distress. Now, this is in quote, right? And I say that this is what I always say when it comes to UHS trust values. In a team, no one is less significant, yet the patient is the only person who should be considered more essential in overall arrangement. This is the concept I adhere to. The importance of UHS values to the overall patient experience cannot be overstated. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, you've got maximum of 1,500 words, so make use of it. But don't write irrelevant things. Sell yourself in the best possible way that will get you shortlisted for an interview and ultimately give you the job at the interview. I think there were further questions talking about the trust values, but this may not apply to you, so I won't bother you with that. I would have shown you a different application of mine. Remember, I said I made a lot of applications and none of them came back with a rejection for band 6, but then this video is already too long and I'm going to leave it at this. Thank you very much if you have watched until this point, and I hope that this has helped you, even if it's a tiny bit, to improve your application. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it when people give it a thumbs up. It's really important for, well, YouTube algorithm, so that more people can see the video and get help as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.